So since you're basically involved with it, like, how do you feel about it? Like, because I've been on record, I love it, but I hate it. There's problems with it, but like, how do you feel since you're technically in the space? Like, what do you see?
That's a laugh because I'm like, oh no, let me see how I can word this and not be hated. It's a very like the way I look at it is just very tricky, I guess you could say. I grew up kind of, we could say, listening to CHH. So at the time, I'm 23. So at the time it was, that old school CHH,
right?
Incredible album. You just be crying and to like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it was impactful. It was definitely impactful. And when I was younger, being a young Christian, I could speak for myself, but I feel like I could speak for other people. You're more radical, I think, because you're so young, and it's like, this is so explicitly about God and
right.
Like, this is so good. This is not like the typical music that we listen to in the world, right? Worldly music. Like, this has a message, and this is like talking about God, and it's like so deep and like whatever, right? And then we're growing up now, and we do still have some of that. I think there are some artists that I listen to that are authentic to like themselves or to how they started, like their essence of like why they started. And then we have the commercialization, is that how you say it?
Yep.
Where I feel like this genre has become very commercialized because it's easy. It's easy to go down that path just because, you want to, I don't want to say the word like fit in, but
that's good.
Yeah, kind of like you don't want to be like these weirdos. Like, let me make something that's close to what everybody else is doing, but I'm not gonna curse on it, and
we'll call it a couple times.
You know what I mean? We'll call it a Christian track.
Right.
And again, it's not to say that people can talk about whatever. There's so many things to talk about. We just because we're Christians doesn't mean we don't have a life. Like, we don't live normal lives and go through heartbreak and go through loss and pain and all these different things. And it's amazing and great to talk about it. But I think my issue is where it's like all these songs talking about like girls and objectifying women when we already have
a ton of that.
Like that's really all that rap music is. And it just sucks to see these artists that are signed to a Christian label, monetizing off of a Christian audience, booking Christian venues, all this stuff, and still kind of being like, well, I just make music and I have to be Christian.
Yeah.
But we're gonna label it, Christian.
Exactly.
Christian, whatever. It's, I don't know, it's almost like a Hillsong or something, like saying that, like making whatever type of song and being like, oh no, but
it's Christian.
We just happen to be like people that love God and like we worship here and there and stuff. But I don't know, it's just, I feel like, and I you can't compare. I think worship is so selfless because it's strictly and even then, let me be careful, because even then, a lot of the worship songs nowadays are all about us.
Yeah, exactly.
Me, and my problems, and God did this for me, and it's never an exaltation. I think worship overall should be an exaltation to who God is and praising. That's why it's called praise and worship. Not to say, again, I don't want my words to be misconstrued. It's not to say that we need, those songs are necessary, the ones where we're talking about our struggles and how God loves us and he leaves the 99 to come get the one, and XYZ, whatever. But it just happens everywhere. But it's like CHH is just a very like it's like how rap is just very like about me and like I'm good at what I do, and you know what I mean? Let me like sprinkle God in here and try not to be as explicit, and then we label it as it's Christian, right? So I just feel like This sucks for some people, but I don't listen to CHH all that much.
Mhm.
I'll listen to friends that I feel like are doing it for the right reasons. I'll listen to the people that I, think are, I don't know, I'm just kind of very like hot and cold with that. Like, I rather listen to good worldly music than a watered down version of it.
It's a fact.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me go listen to freaking Travis Scott and not someone that's like trying to be like him.
Exactly.
Cursing. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just there's what's impactful about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Yeah.
Completely feel you. Look at us. Look at us getting deep.
Not gonna lie. So when I was younger, I would say like, you know how we all go through this identity crisis type thing when we're younger.
That's good.
Yeah, kind of like you don't want to be like
friends, indie friends.
Oh, okay.
So
do wonders like AI anomalies.
I know that, right? Saga, who was on
rap on the same beats. You're definitely more lyrical. So like you're not.
I actually knew a guy in Miami that he was going to the same.
And I tweeted like last week that someday I'm gonna have a song with him. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. So